Hey YouTube, Big Trev here again. Gonna analyze the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 from Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. The weather has gotten nicer here in northern Wisconsin, so I am gonna decide when I can do so to try to do them outside since spring is finally here. I do apologize for not getting to this sooner, but a lot of things came up this week and I was not able to do this video sooner. So the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500, race number 7, and we had Kevin Harvick. He started on the pole, second pole this season. His other one was at Phoenix. Before the start on the pace laps, Austin Dillon had problems with the rear track bar. Lap 4 there was a debris yellow, and no refueling was allowed because they called for a competition caution at lap 30. And then the second yellow, we had Jeffrey Earnhardt and Reed Sorensen crash with Ty Dillon then returning to the race after repairs. Lap 16, Ryan Blaney took the lead, and he led a lot of laps. The third caution was a competition yellow, and Ryan Blaney then restarted the race in second, I believe, and took the lead. The race summary featured 8 caution flags for 35 laps. We had 2 sets of green flag stops and 4 drivers hit with pit road penalties. Kyle Larson among them, but he rebounded nicely. Ryan Blaney won stage 1 and 2. Your eventual winner of the race was Jimmie Johnson, and he really didn't start getting strong until the last third of the race, I would say. So he came on strong, and he's been pretty good at that track, so really didn't surprise me. So congratulations to Jimmie Johnson and the number 48 team. And then, so we had Johnson the winner, Kyle Larson was second, Joey Logano was third, Kevin Harvick was fourth, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. with the top 5. So finally, Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets a top 5. He ran pretty mediocre-ish till that last yellow with about 30 laps to go or so. Then he really got to it. So whatever adjustments they were making to his car, they must have been the right ones. So now, so with that said, again, Ryan Blaney, I mentioned a minute ago that he led a lot of laps. He led 148 laps for the race high laps. 20 cars finished on the lead lap. So that because there were that many yellows with 8 caution flags and the lucky dog rule and the whole wave around situation, not too shabby to have 20 cars on the lead lap. Our points, Kyle Larson is still your points leader. Chase Elliott is second, 17 behind. Martin Truex is third, 40 points behind. Keselowski is 41 points behind in fourth. And Joey Logano is 72 points behind in fifth. And I will say, it's really close between Martin Truex and Brad Keselowski right now for that third spot. They both are doing very consistent. They're very good. Speaking of Martin Truex, he ran really good too. He actually led some laps, and somewhere towards the end of the race he fell off, and he had that last restart, and it just, it's almost like his guys, they just beat themselves almost every single time. So Truex is definitely a contender. But I will say, Kyle Larson, to bounce back from that pit road penalty of driving through too many pit stalls, for him to have to come back and just about win the thing, that's pretty remarkable. So the top 5 guys in the points right now, I do pick, Jimmie Johnson ain't in this top 5. Now I'm just doing top 5 on my little sheet here because top 5, basically if you see someone jump from, all of a sudden sixth place to 5th to 4th and so on and so forth, you have, and they climb up fourth, third, second. Then you can kind of see week to week they gain points. But with this new system, with this stage format, really it's not, you're not going to have that much. The top 5 contenders, I mean, you got 72 points between first and fifth. So you do the math. And really, Joey Logano has been very consistent too. Same with Brad Keselowski, but Keselowski was not in the top 5. So he may have lost a little bit of points in this race, but that's okay, I guess. I mean, guys fall down, they rebound, and I'll tell you this, after a top 5 finish where Dale Earnhardt Jr. got his first win in his career, maybe it's saying something for that 88 team. Maybe they're finding speed, maybe they're finding the right setup. So we'll see what happens. Our next track is Bristol, and that comes up a week from Easter. This Sunday is Easter. So our next race will be the Sunday after Easter. I believe it's April 23rd or 22nd. Not totally sure on the date, but so it's Bristol, another short track race. And then I think Talladaga's coming up too in a couple of weeks. So actually it's Richmond after, I believe. So these short tracks, it's going to be good. And then you got Talladega coming up soon. That could throw a wrench in the whole thing. But for the most part, I will say I am very satisfied with how the stage racing has been playing out so far. And hopefully there's many more good finishes and close racing for the stage wins and so on and so forth for the remainder of the season. Not just for the first half of the season, but for the remainder of the season, we need that close racing. But I really think NASCAR needs to make a change. No caution laps counting during the stage, or during the stage interval, so between each stage. So that's all I got for you here, guys. I thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time from after the Bristol race. Here's Crank It Up.